This stream's at YouTube, correct?
Yeah. We don't have any. Yeah, we don't have anybody watching right now. I'm going to say hi to them though. You might notice that there are only 3 faces visible, friendly viewers, and that is because uh, Cal is struggling to get his camera to work, and Warren is stuck in Houston traffic. So we are patiently waiting.
We'll be here eventually, right?
Also, we are delayed by several seconds. So, Chad, if we aren't very responsive, it is not because we are ignoring you. It is because we are several seconds ahead of you in terms of what we're saying. But welcome. It's nice to see you. Cal, how is your camera coming?
I'm going to try and reboot it. So hopefully that should fix it.
Okay. So, how is everybody doing? Okay, now Cal is gone. Hopefully, Cal will be back shortly. This is why I warned everybody, like, yo, probably more like 6:45 because of the fact that we have continual technical difficulties every single time. That or we spend the first 15 minutes just sort of like shooting the shit with each other,
Mhm.
and we don't actually start until 8:45. So this time we did everything right. We controlled ourselves. We behaved, and yet here we are, 2 minutes to 6:45. Tisk tisk tisk. So, how was the week, gentlemen?
You know, it was fine.
Riveting.
Riveting.
Excellent.
As
Well done.
I racked my brain trying to think of something interesting. Among
Right.
the many things I've done, not a single one of them was actually an interesting thing. Um,
Okay.
all I can think of is my poor cat that I picked up. And that didn't, yeah, that didn't end how I'd like it to have ended. But um, yeah,
So I will tell you a tale.
okay.
Today I had to go to CVS, and I was just sort of like minding my own business, walking, and I saw this like cute little dog who was like freshly groomed and strutting his stuff down the sidewalk.
Mhm.
And I was walking and like trying to talk to the dog like as I passed, and I'm like, "Oh, you're so cute. You're so tiny. Who's the fluffy boy?" And I walked straight into like a road traffic sign, like one of those things they put on the sidewalk with like sandbags. I just walked right into it. And I felt pretty dumb. The end. Tale concluded. The moral of that story is it doesn't matter how cute the dog is. Pay attention to what's ahead of you. The end.
Yeah. Yeah. Tina did really well at agility class, so she's going to be an agility master, man. I've not seen it myself, but she's apparently climbing up things, going through tunnels, weaving in and out. So
Is that like running obstacle courses?
yeah, kind of like obstacle course for a dog. Yeah. She's tried to get Mimsy to do that.
You want Mimsy to run an obstacle course? What in hell makes you think that Princess Mimsy would ever cooperate with an obstacle course?
I should never ever entertain the thought.
She is pathologically naughty. She would never ever cooperate. Currently, she's laying on my pillow all curled up in a little ball. There's no way that she's going to get up and do anything.
There's one. Still missing Cal, but yeah, hey.
It's going great.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going amazing.
Well, we're just like we're coming up with banger after banger of conversation topics, and it's just it's awesome. I just the way I can really make a conversation happen in a way that's exciting is it's a talent of mine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jay's
Convince
life
me.
is
What's going on?
Yes, thrill after thrill.
Yes. Cal can't get his camera to work. In part because he is in Edinburgh.
Okay.
How was Houston traffic?
It was very heavy for some reason. I don't know why. It's fucking Saturday, but yeah.
Did you go hiking?
No, my wife is having like a little happy hour with like her friend Karen, and like I dropped her off so that I could pick her up in the morning, and then we're gonna go hiking in the morning. Plus, yeah, it's just kind of cool to like just. It's like a half-hour drive, and we just hang out and talk, which is nice. But there was like traffic on the way back, unfortunately.
It says that your recording your recording continues smoothly, but the live video will return when your internet improves, Warren.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. But here we are. Anyways.
YouTube's still flowing. Just doesn't have Cal up on there.
Hi, Cal.
Oh, we're streaming this one.
Yeah.
We are streaming. Yeah.
Live stream.
That's why I said it's great.
Oh, okay.
It's going
Yeah.
great. It's amazing.
Who's watching us? Who's pervert on us?
Let's see.
I don't know.
There's a Mark Perry and a
I
Ellen
accidentally shut the chat window. And now I don't know what's going on anymore.
and Mark's getting background echoes or something. But I'm
Cal.
not, so.
Cal. What's going on, buddy?
Well,
Did
he's
we lose-
muted, so if he's
Okay.
trying to talk, he's
No, okay, I should have it now. I'm just trying to get on the VTT, and then hopefully when I press this cam button, it will turn on. And then hopefully when I press this cam button.
Okay, I can hear Cal on YouTube as well.
Great. I could hear you hearing Cal on YouTube through your mic, and I think that might be what's going on.
Oh, that was just the first time. No, I'm keeping everything muted unless I'm trying to listen to YouTube. I have YouTube going through my speakers so that I can differentiate it with my headset. So forth.
So, Warren, do you have any adventures to regale us with?
Adventures to regale you with. I mean, I'm doing my internship right now, but I can't actually talk about that stuff since that's client confidentiality and all that
You
shit.
can't tell us what your clients? Oh no.
Non-disclosure agreements.
Well, I mean, just ethics.
Yeah, I think it's called like PHI and HIPAA and all that.
Oh yeah,
Right. Yeah.
you are psychology. That's right.
Yes. I've got a code of ethics that I have to abide by. So that kind of limits the amount of the pool I
Right.
can bring forward for adventures to talk about.
We too have a sort of code of ethics in DoD.
That's true. Non-disclosure agreements,
Oh yeah.
classified stuff like that.
V-22 crashed in Australia. That was pretty big news in the industry.
I think I saw the news on that. Yeah.
Bell helicopters down the road. So
Wait, why is it big news?
I
it's
guess
a
that
Marine-
Yeah, you go. You probably know more about it than I do.
It's a Marine Corps weapon system. When they crash, it's usually big news because they shouldn't be crashing.
Right. It's not supposed to fail.
Yeah.
It's too marine to fail.
Okay.
Engineering wise, it's very complicated. There's a hell of a lot of stress for having a vehicle that has tilting rotor wings on it. And yeah.
Maybe you should start by explaining what it is.
All right, I'm gonna do a test roll. See how loud it is.
V-22 Osprey is a
That
tilt
is
rotor
loud.
That's
aircraft.
really loud, dude.
All right, as it should be, right?
Get a towel or something. That's a little much.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, I can break out my dice tower of deafening.
I think we need to get started. Sorry, Cal, bro. We need to get started.
Yeah, that's
So-
that's sort of thing.
Ideally, we would be able to see you, Cal, but if we can't see you, then at least having you talk is probably the next best thing to having you on camera.
We did lose Warren though.
Is he getting a towel for real?
Maybe?
He heard the command, he will obey.
Yes.
Did
It's
you
a
go
good
get
dominate
towel?
roll.
I did. I got a little a cloth reusable napkin.
Aw, that's very cute. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it actually reusable napkin, reusable paper towel actually. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You put it back on the paper towel roll. Do a little test roll here.
That was much better. That was a much more manageable sound.
Yeah.
I got this is for paper clips, I think. But yeah, it works.
Okay. I'm happy we've got that sorted.
Yes.
20 into the game. I'm glad we figured out how the dice will be rolled. That's awesome. Let me introduce the game to those who... Did text disappear for everyone?
No.
No, I still got
see
it.
him. Yeah.
Okay. Let me introduce the game. So the concept of this game is there's a small island off the coast of New York. It is called Siren Head. Siren Head has been inhabited for at least several hundred years, but it can't ever sustain a population. The exact reasons are somewhat unclear. People move away, or people seem unusually prone to accidents around the water on this island. Our players in this Monster of the Week campaign will be documentary crew and host characters here to investigate the mystery of Siren Head. I will let all of the players. Oh, I should probably tell them who I am, even though I think I know all the people who are watching us right now. My name is Neve. I am the keeper for this Monster of the Week campaign, and many, 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 many others, as well as our vampire of the
Part of the week.
our vampire of the week. Our Vampire the Masquerade game, Detroit by Night. I am a professional GM. My link to my GM page is probably going to be in the description of this video. And welcome to our very plagued, unfortunate live stream event. I will allow the players to introduce themselves now and tell you a little bit about their characters. I think we will go Warren, Brian, Jay, and then finally the baby of our little Heckhound family, Cal. So take it away, Warren. Tell us about yourself, tell us about your character, and who you'll be playing.
Yes. So my name is Warren. I am another kind of like professional dungeon master / working on my master's degree to be a professional counselor. And I've been doing, role-playing games for a long time. Started out doing LARP before I did tabletop. So I went as nerdy as I could, and then I dialed it back to slightly less nerdy. And then for this game, I'm going to be playing Obadiah Bohannon, who is a sort of a TV personality that is he's the face of this documentary that we're doing. And he is, honestly, I don't remember if he's like part of like the film crew or he's been hired on. Like, I think what we talked about is like he's probably one of the drivers behind it, but he's also like the on-air personality. Very like forward and outgoing. The playbook I'm using is the Flake, so he's also very conspiracy minded. And as far as his looks, he is probably like, I would say.
Hey,
Yeah?
hey, calm down. You
What?
still need to do your intro when we actually start the game. Don't
This is true.
don't blow,
I can't give it away all.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
blow the whole narrative
All right,
load.
I'll just tease it. We'll show you a little shoulder. then put my
Exactly.
shirt back on. All right.
Don't blow the whole load
Yeah.
on your introduction.
This
Warren.
is fair. All right.
Draw it out a little. Okay, so that's Warren. As you can see, great talker, and he will undoubtedly have more things to say, as you have inferred. All right, Brian, take it away. Again, don't blow the whole narrative load here.
No, I
this
won't.
is just the very beginning.
Brian doesn't do that. He's very short and quick. I'm Brian. I'm an engineer in Fort Worth, Texas. I've been gaming a long time. I'm not a professional DM. I'm a casual game master. So, hey. My character for this Monster of the Week is Travis. He is the Snoop, which is in Monster of the Week. That's your camera person. They take pictures, do videos. They look for evidence of monsters and stuff like that. So my role as part of the camera crew is being the cameraman.
All right, fair enough. Well done. Succinct. All right, Jay. Mr. Interesting himself, Mr. Personality, Jay.
Oh my, yes.
Take it
Oh.
away.
I'm here to thrill with my antics. I'm Jay Cunningham. I'm a data scientist from Cincinnati, Ohio. Where unlike Warren, I'm not a therapist, but I live with one and have for a long time. So I could almost pretend to be one briefly. I live with a bunch of animals, dogs, cats, rabbits, like computers and stuff. So yeah, been gaming for a couple years now. Well, I mean, less than 2 years, definitely. But not too long, I'll be honest. So the character that I'm thinking of playing here would be Bob Townsend. So Bob Townsend is and it's taught me because I didn't really discuss this with anybody, but I'm thinking of him as kind of like talent or presentation, like to get in front of the camera and speak.
You went robo voice during that whole like
no.
blip where you're like explaining what's going on. For me, you're like, yeah, here's this important piece of my character, and then it's like all of a sudden sounds like AI Furby like under the water.
Oh
You
no.
also went like totally rogue. Like my character is the on-camera personality, and
Really?
you're like, yeah.
Oh no.
And you were like, and you're over there like, I was thinking my character would be like the presenter.
Well, okay.
Like,
See, yeah, I didn't discuss, and since I say you have seniority here, so I'll
Well, no,
let
I mean,
you.
like, I'm okay with changing things, but when we talked about this last, your character is like the producer. Yeah.
Your character, I thought when well, according to my notes, that's not all what was happening. So according to my notes, we had settled on Jay had family ties to the island. He didn't completely understood what had befallen his family, so he was one of the donors, one of the financiers financing the shooting here and providing the lodging for the group, even though he has not been back here for years. And so his role was primarily to guide the group around the island, tell them about what he remembers about his time here, and then foot the bill for things. And then he has this ulterior motive, at least according to my notes, of finding out what exactly happened to his family. Am I high? What happened? I thought we had all agreed. Like, I know Travis, I've got Obadiah. What happened? Does everybody else remember us having that conversation?
Yeah, I do. That's why I was just like, "What are you doing, Jay?"
Yeah. I mean, I'll load it. I just blanked. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to maybe your character, how do we accommodate this? So maybe your character is a bit of a narcissist.
Okay.
So your character actually thinks, look, Obadiah's a nut. And I clearly am the one that has the star power. So I'm going to end up rescuing this thing from obscurity because I am going to clearly, be the presence this documentary needs. So maybe you pathologically attempt to outshine Obadiah while Obadiah is doing the host part of this job. That's an option that accommodates you being a face character, a forward-facing character in the narrative, while still allowing Warren to do the thing that we agreed that he would do.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I apologize for throwing a wrench in the works. I didn't intend to do that. I just have a sub 100 IQ, and it comes to hurt me sometimes. All right.
Okay, improv. Anybody have an improv theater background? Anybody?
No.
I have done improv theater. It's fine. We've got it. Cal, tell us about your character.
Yep. Hello everyone. I'm Cal, and I will be playing Christian Hay. He, in this documentary group, is kind of the researcher, and what that basically entails is, since this documentary is about a specific topic, he basically researches the topic that we are going to document about. He tries to gain the facts, gain the details, any information he can to make sure that the documentary is accurate to what it's about. He's kind of an assistant to the rest of the group. And yeah, the playbook we're using for him is the expert. So he's kind of the person who reads about the history of the location that they're going to be shooting in and provides the details when needed.
Okay. We've got our characters squared away. Everybody has their stats recorded, and we are ready to get started. Are there any final questions, comments, concerns, rants, tirades before we actually get into the meat of the game and get these characters onto Siren Head?
No, I think the only housekeeping is one of my moves is like at the beginning of the mystery, I roll and then I get like holds that I can keep to like cash in later as we go. And so I guess since we're getting ready to start, I will roll. And I'm trying to remember how many dice do I need? Is it just 2? Just 2. Okay. And then if my sharp is 2, I get to add 2 whenever I roll. Okay. Then I rolled 2 4s, which is an 8, and then that makes that a 10. On a 10 plus, I have hold 3. So then I'll just mark that and cash these in later. Okay. Done. You're muted, by the way, Neve. I don't know if you're trying to talk.
No, I was just casually moving my lips,
Yeah.
It's a hobby. Yes, I was also reminding you that if you have a forward, you would add that too at the same time when you're adding your modifier. So that doesn't apply to you right now, but it might apply to you at some point in the future. What is the name of your move?
It's called Connect the Dots.
Okay. All right. And yeah, you can exchange those one for one. Mm-hmm. So let me know when you want to use those. Does anybody else have any moves that they God, why is words hard? Does anybody else have any moves that take place at the beginning of the mystery?
Nope. Sure don't.
Yep, none here.
Okay. All right. Jay, any moves that take place at the beginning of a new mystery?
No.
Okay. I want us to introduce the characters as they are boarding the small vessel that will ferry them from the port in northern New York to the small island of Siren Head. It is an unusually calm day. The water is basically flat. It is a balmy 78 degrees, which I know for our Texas friends seems unfathomable. It is sunny and cheerful outside, although in the distance you can see storm clouds containing the threat of rain in the near future. Obadiah, you will be the first one boarding this small vessel, which is called the Jubilation. If we could zoom in on Obadiah, what would we see? Tell us what he looks like and how he carries himself and how he's dressed as he prepares to board the Jubilation.
Obadiah is early 30s. He's got long, sandy brown hair that is pulled into a ponytail in like an attempt to make himself look rugged, but it's also very like smooth and like luxurious. Like he takes care of it. Like he washes it with mane and tail. And he keeps himself clean shaven because he's like on-air personality. He is dressed exactly like Bear Grylls. Down to like carrying like a backpack over one shoulder that's like canvas, tan brown, where he's got his supplies for the trip. He kind of comes off like a rugged, sort of intellectual is the look he's going for, but he's also kind of a little bit of a whacknut. Like he carries guns on him, but he doesn't like carry them in the open. He's not like an open carry guy. He's got an ankle gun, like that's his holdout weapon, and then he's got a 9mm that he keeps, like handgun that is tucked like in his belt and one of those belt holsters, like but that's hidden under his shirt. The kind that are like tucked in your waistband, not actually attached to your belt. And he is walking onto this ferry, I think you said it was, or is this a boat?
This is a boat.
Okay.
This is the Jubilation.
Gotcha. Yeah, he is walking around. He's looking for like the best spot to tuck his gear, and also like to kind of claim the best seat. So he goes in, he finds the best seat, like the most comfortable, the one that's gonna like, the right amount of wind for his flowing hair. Not too much. He doesn't want it to get stringy and worn out. And so he finds the best spot, puts his gear down, and then before anyone else shows up, he wants to make sure he's got the best post. So he walks up to the bow of the ship, puts a boot up on the rail, and just leans on his knee, like he's an explorer, just sort of looking out at the sea while he waits for anyone else to show up.
The crew of the Jubilation look at you like you're behaving in some kind of ridiculous manner as they go about their duties of preparing the ship.
They're not
for
the
this
audience.
short trip.
They're not the audience.
They are not the audience. That's true.
Yeah.
But you do have their attention, and that is something that Obadiah is skilled at, holding the attention of others. So Obadiah is sort of a long-haired beacon of light aboard this rusty, somewhat warped little vessel. Travis, you are just exiting your vehicle as Obadiah is boarding the ship. You are in a store parking lot, or like a long-term parking lot. That's what I mean. Where you can stow your car for extended periods of time. Are you alone, or does Travis have family?
Travis didn't bring family here. Travis is going on a work trip. You see him going to his trunk, pulling out a large bag. Looks like it contains probably a lot of camera equipment. He's from the South too, so it might have a gun in there. But he's got short cropped hair because that gets in the way of taking pictures and videos. And he makes his way towards the boat. Sees Obadiah up on the dock of the boat and sees that he's pulling his normal Captain Morgan routine, looking stoic. So he waves and joins him on the boat with his bag.
How old is Travis?
It's 24.
Oh, so a very, very young man.
Yep.
Okay. Do you approach Obadiah once you board the Jubilation?
Yeah, I'll walk up. So have you found where to stow our stuff?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you just set your bag down, wherever. But get the camera out. This is like we got to get these establishing shots.
All right.
Us, getting to the island.
I'll get on that. I'll make sure my bag is secured someplace where it won't get blown or washed off the deck.
Well, the crew of the Jubilation has taken care to stow Obadiah's bags. It's no surprise that he thinks you just set it somewhere and walk off, and then the boat ferries put your luggage someplace safe, and then you just get it. It's just logic, Travis. You just drop your bags and then put them someplace where they belong.
I'll grab a camera that lets me do video and shots, and I'll have it tethered to me. Not my first ocean expedition.
Okay. This is more of an ocean expedition than like an ocean expedition, right? The boat ride is not that long. And it's not like you're going to be in the open sea for days on end. All right. Christian, Cal, you are also a member of the crew.
Yep.
You arrive and park your car. You see the cheerful green and white striped hull of the Jubilation. And by the looks of it, some dude with strange blonde hair is leaning over the rail as if he's a captain in a period piece drama. If, as the lens pans over to you, Christian, what would we see?
You would see a 22-year-old just looks like he's just graduated college or university, but in actuality, he graduated along a year ago. He has short brown hair that's curled up a little bit, but the current wind is like making it stick up as it blows past. He is opening his trunk and taking out various documents, some books, local history, different stuff like that he will read through and try and get finished before they actually do the shooting process. So he's trying to hurl these books out of his car. He's holding them on all in a stack, and he is making his way to the ship.
Let's have Jay's character spot Christian. You see that this young man is clearly struggling. It's pretty obvious that he's having a hard time getting his books out of his vehicle and onto the ship, and it's clear that he is multitasking. So when we focus the narrative spotlight on you, what do we see? And how do you respond to watching poor Christian juggle these books?
What you see is a man in his mid-30s, bald, entirely bald, well built, but not overwhelmingly imposing. Wearing slacks, a kind of a pink dress shirt, buttoned down, looking very casual, but dressed up at the same time. Um, he is kind of looking at his phone. He does notice the difficulty Christian is going through, but um, he is going to try to avoid helping. So I think that he doesn't want to get involved. So I think that he's going to kind of look at his phone and just pass by um, on his way. Um, is not his problem.
Okay. So, due to Jay, is your character named Ben?
Oh, sorry, I didn't put the name in yet. It's Bob.
Bob?
Bob. Yep. Bob it is.
Okay. All right. All right. So Bob will be the next to board the ship, even though it was in fact Christian who exited his vehicle first. In part, this is just because Bob is a little bit of an asshole who walks past Christian as he struggles with the load that he's carrying. Bob,
Yeah.
go ahead, Bob.
I think if it were obvious that Christian saw him and knew that he noticed him, then I think that he would maybe stop it and kind of deign to help a little bit. But as long as he thinks that he's not been spotted, and he has that plausible deniability, he's just going to go on by. Yeah.
I don't think that Christian would see you if he is juggling a bunch of books.
Yeah.
But why don't we have the other two characters, Travis and Obadiah, roll their sharp to see if they spot you as you approach?
That is 9 for Obadiah.
8. 8 for Travis.
Okay. So the two of you do see Bob making this callous approach, ignoring Christian's struggles. And I do think that since none of you rolled 10 plus, he also sees you noticing this, which gives him an opportunity to respond. If you see that Travis and Obadiah notice you walking callously past Christian, are you going to turn around and attempt to help him?
I think that in that case, there's going to be a little bit of like embarrassment. And yes, I think that he would do his best to pretend, maybe like, oh, he's having trouble over there. Maybe less obviously stupid way than that, but and would go over and at least try to help a little bit. Like, oh, buddy, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Need help?
Travis will get some video of that too. It'll be good for the outtakes
and blackmail.
Oh yeah, just these books here. If you can take this stack, make sure they don't fly away.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'll take that stack.
Thank you. It's really
Yeah.
appreciated.
Yeah, no problem. Anything to help out another guy.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one on board is helping. I thought there might have been staff, but
I don't think it's that kind of staff. I don't know.
Staff. That's very cute of him.
I think we're responsible for our own luggage, unfortunately.
Okay, I've never done traveling. I don't travel a lot.
Oh, you're gonna love it.
Okay. Let's get everybody on board. Let's say that Bob assists Christian carrying these books onto the jubilation. And Christian, you follow. Now the entire cast and crew of this documentary, which here I'm going to make you guys flex your improv muscles. What is this documentary called?
Well, I remember it's about the documentary is about the. Gosh, was it about the ecology of Siren Head, or like the town itself, like the fishing going dry and like the town dying, or was it all of it?
So the documentary is exploring the oddities that have led to Siren Head's somewhat notorious history.
Okay.
Why does it have so many issues with drownings? Why will no one stay? Why is there such a high rate of mental illness? And what is going on with these strange die-offs in the water?
Siren Head, Island of Intrigue.
There we
What
go.
about,
I like that.
Siren Head lost at sea.
I don't care what we call the documentary. I just wanted to put you guys on the hot seat.
Sure.
We can fix it in post production.
There you go. We'll fix it in post. That's true. We don't know the story yet. We don't know the story. You can't.
That's become our motto at Heckhound. We'll fix it in post. Whatever the hell we do, we'll fix it in post. Okay. We board the ship, and the SS Jubilation begins to set sail for Siren Head. You see the safety of the mainland shrinking in the distance. And all of you notice that although the ship is reasonably comfortable for such an old vessel, the crew isn't exactly warm. The men who stowed your luggage and who seem to be crew on the ship huddle together amongst themselves, whispering about the four of you.
I think that if it's obvious they're kind of whispering about us, I think that Bob might want to try to eavesdrop surreptitiously, maybe see if he can kind of hear the sort of things they might be saying.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and act under pressure to get close to these crew members?
Yes. Oh, shoot. I forgot I'm not rolling a VTT, am I? Okay.
Come on, let's go. 2d6.
Sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8.
Y'all, I think chat had a better suggestion, personally. Secrets of Siren Head? I kind of like that.
Oh, I do
Siren
like that.
Head Secrets Revealed, something to that effect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, let's let them name it. They're watching us. They've watched us fuck around with the the tech. They invested enough time and energy. Let's let them name it. Secrets of Siren Head. What did you get, Jay? Sorry,
8.
back
on
to
t-shirt.
8.
8. Okay. So you succeed, but there is a price to pay or a cost. I think that you are able to overhear a snippet of their conversation, but they realize that you are eavesdropping.
Okay.
So in hushed tones, you hear that they are making bets about how long until they ferry you back to the mainland, never to be seen again. one of the crew members suggests you guys won't make it a week, whereas the second one says, 2 weeks tops. And the third one says, I don't even think they're going to come back alive. And then it's after saying that and having a bit of a chuckle about it, they turn their attention to you, having just realized that you are standing there. There is the awkward side follows when somebody walks up on you and realizes that you've been talking about them.
I think that during this awkward silence, I he's like no judgment, but well, why are the negative feelings about how long we'll be here?
The one who seems to be the leader looks around at the other two and kind of drapes his arms over their shoulders sort of protectively, and he's like, you know how people are, we're just talking, it's a running joke, you wouldn't get it.
Sure.
Why don't you run along and hang out with Camera Boy and Blondie, he says, pointing to Obadiah and Travis.
Yeah, you're right. I should. Sorry for bothering you folks. Thanks for the hard work.
They stare coldly at you as you retreat from them. Do you go to Camera Boy and Blondie?
Yeah, I think that if we haven't talked, maybe we should at some point, right? So I think we're laying this information to the crew would probably not be a bad idea.
And you probably
Right.
walk up hearing us taking bets on who's going to turn out to be the biggest asshole.
What are you guys talking about as he walks up? For real?
I imagine that we're like going over a plan for like the shots for when we land, right? Like we got to know, like, okay, like you'll get off the ship first, like you'll get footage of us getting ready, but then you hop off real quick and get like the shots from the dock of us disembarking.
Right. Yeah, get an island approach as we go there, then hop off, get a disembark.
Yeah, and like you got to get the drone out as we get closer and get footage of the boat kind of like coming into the island.
Oh yeah.
Drone bros.
I do have a camera drone, so that works.
Yeah. All right.
Of course you
perfect.
do, Camera Boy.
That's right.
Of course you have drones. No offense to anybody who has drones. Your hobby is valid and legitimate.
As long as you're respecting other people's privacy.
Yes. My entire experience with people who own drones has been really unpleasant, with them being very rude and intrusive. So I have my own issues with drone bros, but
Right.
this is a professional drone who will be used in professional ways, correct?
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. So this is what you walk into, Bob.
I think Bob is going to approach and try to insinuate his way into any active conversations that are happening. Maybe just kind of like sit down as if he belongs there. Like, hey guys, what's up?
Hey, I'm Travis. Good to meet you.
Yeah, it's great to meet you as well. I mean, Obadiah, we've definitely met, but they're talking about us, the crew. They think we're not going to make it more than a week, I guess. I mean,
Well, I mean, like you got to look at it from their perspective. I mean, they're a town, like people that have lived there their whole lives are just moving away, And I mean, like I honestly, we're not gonna stay more than a couple weeks, right? Like
I mean,
we're just
true.
get in there, get the footage, get what we need, and then I mean, like we don't need to stay in that hick town any longer than we need to, right?
Right. Sounds like we'll get some great footage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, this is going to be awesome. I'm really glad to be part of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no offense. I know that's your like you grew up there and everything, but I mean, like it's not like it was. I mean, when you were there, it was cool.
Yeah. It was cool. No, it was never cool. That place, I was sure as shit happy to get out of there. I'll be honest. But yeah,
Okay. Then I mean, like they're way overshooting the mark. Like 2 weeks. No, we're not even
Yeah.
gonna be there 2 weeks.
no, it'll be fine.
Okay, y'all. Well, if we haven't alienated the locals, I'm sure we will soon. Is there anything else we want to do? Christian, I want to give you an opportunity to jump in. I don't know what you would be doing on the boat ride, but the boat ride is several hours long. We're going to skip through that. If there's nothing interesting or no in-character banter that we think enriches the story that we want to have, we're going to jump to the next exciting thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So the rest of the boat ride is fairly uneventful. I hear Brian typing, keyboard worrying it away, and I'm narrating now, Brian. Thank you. The rest of the boat ride is uneventful. The vessel remains more or less tidy. The water is flat and the day remains sunny. The ship's crew never warm to you if you don't reach out and speak to them or interrogate them further regarding their views on why some of you might not be coming back alive and why you probably are not going to last that long. They are not going to approach you to volunteer any information.
Well, maybe Obadiah and Travis kind of maybe I'll turn to like Travis and Christian and Bob and be like, we're on this boat for a few hours. Like, let's see if we can get some, interviews with the locals just to kind of like, hopefully if they say something interesting, we can put it in the documentary. And, if it's nothing else, it's just practice, like practice.
Yeah, I could do that. I
Good
could do
warm-up.
an interview. I've got.
That's an awesome idea. And yeah,
Well, I mean, like,
I was
yeah,
local,
yeah.
so I mean, I could totally do that. That's great. Yeah.
No, I mean, I got it. Like, but you're local. You tell me, like, and Travis, Christian, like Bob, like, give me some topics. Like, what should I talk to them about? What should I ask them?
Local rumors,
Yeah.
strange stories, scary stories from the
The
island.
town itself.
Okay. Yeah. This is good stuff. So, Bob, you got a list. Make sure we get don't let it when we hit all the topics. Let's go talk to these crew people, if we can, and just get some local insight to Siren Head, this mysterious place. All right, I'm gonna get loose. Travis, get the camera ready.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
how does one get loose when one
yeah,
is
he just like
preparing?
shakes
Like,
his shoulders back.
Wait.
He starts saying,
I
Like
imagine
the tube
red
man.
leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow.
he does a yoga flow really
Right.
quickly on the
Yeah,
deck of the Jubilation.
Mm-hmm. So just kind of like get all the sillies out and gets ready to go talk to these like the crewmen very seriously.
Is Because yoga is how we establish dominance over Hicks, right?
That's right.
Mm.
Yeah.
If there are any Hicks watching,
Sorry, these are characters that we're playing. I don't actually feel that way. So
cancel
I'm-
war.
I live in Fort Worth, Texas. I fall into that category.
yeah, he gets it.
We
All
also
right.
got some check recommendations. Find out who the people who've lived there the longest are. That'd be useful.
Okay.
As well.
Yeah, local places of interest, recent incidents.
Right.
These are good questions. Chat coming in clutch, y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, Obadiah will like get camera ready, and then get Travis ready to follow him as he walks up to the crewman, and he's just is gonna tell us you've lived in Siren Head your whole life. Tell us about this mysterious island and the troubles that have befallen it. Like, what do you know, or what have you heard?
They look at each. Are you attempting to to separate them, or are you interviewing them as a group?
I would actually probably attempt to separate them. Like when one's pulling a line by himself or something, just sort of just corner him with the camera, and just talk to them. Yeah, just essentially catch them when they're alone, and just be like, tell us more about this amazing place.
What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, I've read stories, but I haven't heard from the people that have lived it, and so I want to get your perspective on some of the the legends around the place, or what have you heard about what's happening there?
The crew member thinks for a moment and then says, "Yo, are you familiar with Island Bigfoot?"
Island? No, I haven't heard of that one. Tell me about Island Bigfoot.
Okay. So once upon a time, when settlers came over on the Mayflower, they brought with them one of those Bigfoots. And Bigfoot got lonely. So he married some of those Mayflower folks, the Puritans. And, settled down, started a nice life, moved to Boston. But soon, Bigfoot got restless, and he and his family picked up stake and decided, hey, I got to find an island to live on. So I'm going to head north. I want my own island. And so, he did. And he got on a boat with his 9 children and 4 wives, and they sailed on over to Siren Head. Once they got to Siren Head, he's like, "This is the life. I'm not one of them ordinary Bigfoots now. I'm Island Bigfoot now," and he really embraced it. But when the other Puritans came over to Siren Head, they didn't take too kindly to Bigfoot thinking he owned the place. And they chased him off into the woods, where he remains to this day. No joke.
So I have a move, suspicious mind. If someone is lying to me, I know it. I know that they're lying. And I don't think I need to use it, because I think we know that he's just making this up. But Obadiah is going to kind of just turn to the camera and be like, whatever is happening on that island has made the people just so distrusting and of outsiders that they can't bring themselves to share any of the truth that they know. They guard it closely, as we can just see in this interaction, that they would rather just make up wild stories rather than share anything interesting about their heritage or their island. It's very interesting culture.
He's gonna yell. Let's call him Chuck. Chuck is gonna yell, "Hey, he doesn't believe in Island Bigfoot, guys. You believe that?"
So yeah, I'll just turn and look at the guy and be like, it's okay to be scared. I mean, I understand that there's frightening things going on at that island, but understand that we're only here to, uncover the truth, and that can only help what's going on there.
Roll to manipulate a person. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Um,
I think, with see it all fits together, I can roll sharp instead of charm when I manipulate someone.
Okay, let's do it.
That is 9 plus 2 is 11.
I missed that, Warren. I missed the result. I'm sorry.
I rolled 9 on the dice plus 2 for sharp. That's 11.
Ooh, very, very good. So that is a very nice success. It is a complete success, which means that you do, in fact, persuade him to answer your questions. But tell me what that move looks like. How does one use one's sharp to manipulate somebody?
Sure. So Obadiah would start. I don't have. Warren doesn't have the information, but Obadiah would be using See It All Fits Together. Would start kind of bringing up like the different legends that like have appeared on other kind of stories or legend books, and talk about the disappearances, and sort of like tie it into like mention about like, and this, I don't know, you may not realize this, but alongside this, government funding of grant projects that were going to things happening on Siren Head were also decreasing. So by uncovering the truth, we don't know what we're going to find because we don't know everything. We don't know everything that you know. But if we do find the truth, we may find. All
right. Shut up. All right.
I'm just saying it might be the government. And it's like, step back. But you tell us more.
Bob, do you want to horn in on the hosting here?
I think that Bob is like he knew that there was no Island Bigfoot, and it's kind of internally laughing at kind of what's happening here, and just kind of wants to see how Obadiah is handling it, because it's a bit of a farce.
Okay, so Chuck looks at the camera and says, "All right, I do have a story to tell you that you might find interesting. When I was younger, like freshman, maybe sophomore in high school, I was friends with this kid, Mark. Now, Mark was a normal kid. He liked the usual things. Football, occasionally baseball, cars, all the normal stuff. But something happened to him. I don't know what it was. Nobody knows what it was. He started showing up to school, hair all scraggly. He didn't shower for days. And anybody would try to talk to him, and he would just stare past you, blank face. And whenever he had a free moment, he would turn his head and just look out at the ocean. We knew Mark had some problems of his own back home. You know, I think the kids call them mental health struggles. One day he told me he was hearing voices that told him to do things that scared him. And I said, Mark, you need to go talk to the school nurse. Uh, he agreed to do that. And he left on Friday, but we never saw Mark again. He took his boat out to Mammoth Lake, which is the little lake in the center of the island. And the boat was recovered, but we never found Mark's body. Never washed on shore, nothing ever recovered. He disappeared.
Did he ever say what the voices were telling him to do?
He didn't say, I didn't ask. We were kids. You don't ask people that kind of thing.
That
I
must have
frankly
hurt.
didn't want to know. Not so much me, but his family for sure. His family still lives on the island full time. I would have gotten the fuck out of there personally. But
You'll be
there
toast.
are easily dozens of cases like Mark's. That's the kind of shit that happens. Island madness is a real thing. You stay cooped up on one little island your whole life, you start to go a little funny. It takes a toll on you, especially far out there. Now you think this is not fucking Hawaii that you're going to. You're not going to the goddamn Bahamas.
Sure. I mean, I can only, you know, the stress and the madness that induces. Some people even see Bigfoots, and I kind of like give them a little smirk, a little inside joke with them, right? But thanks, Chuck. Thanks for sharing that with us. You know, I know that was a personal story, and I appreciate that. Can you tell us where Mark's family lives on the island?
I'm not going to tell you where his family lives. I don't want you stomping up there to harass his poor mother and his sister. I'm not going to tell him that.
Look, we're not going to interview them or film them without their permission or anything like that. But I mean, maybe I don't know what you think, but shouldn't they at least have the chance to share their son's story?
If only there were a move that you could use to convince people to do a thing.
Then I will
that
manipulate someone.
You want them to do that they're not willing to do.
That is 7 plus 2, which is 9.
Okay. So hard choice or a price to pay. They will do what you want. Oh, wait, no, this is an act under pressure. This is manipulate a person.
Right. They'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. And if you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. But yeah, I mean, if I do something for them right now to convince them to show that I mean it, I guess what I'll do is I will kind of like point to Bob and be like, look, Bob's going to write you a check when, for being on camera, and and just, you're going to sign the paperwork, the permission, and he's going to write you a check, and we're going to offer them the same choice, and they're going to, they'll be able to tell us what it's worth for them to share Mark's story. So
I don't want to check.
That's fine.
All
but
right.
I mean, I think his family should have that opportunity.
That's for you people. That kind of way of life.
Does that mean you don't have banks, or and should we have brought more cash?
We had
What?
banks.
What I'm willing to do is I'm willing to pass along your contact info to them, and then if they want, they can get a hold of you.
Okay, that's reasonable.
So he will take down your contact info and promise to pass it on to Mark's family.
In an attempt to help Obadiah, Travis will lean out from behind the camera and pound his chest and go, "And I believe in Island Bigfoot. And I've got truthiness, so whatever I tell a normal person, they'll accept that it's true or that I believe it, even if they think I'm deluded."
Yes. Okay. So when you say and I believe in Island Bigfoot, Chuck leans over and gives you like the finger guns. Okay. I want to make sure that Jay/Bob and Christian have an opportunity to do anything they want to do. And do we want to ask any other questions of the crew members before we arrive at Siren Head?
Kristen is writing most of this all down, like the Bigfoot legend. He's making sure we have this in writing so that we can at least have that information on a non-digital form should we need a quick bring up if we ever need it again.
That's good. Keep that recorded. Might need a little bit of levity.
Okay. Do we want to ask any questions of any of the other crew members?
I mean, I know there's some great suggestions in chat of like things to ask about. I don't know.
We don't have to role play everything. If it's not a particularly meaningful question, there's a likelihood that they might answer it. Is there any particular thing that you might want to know about that Bob would not be in a position to tell you?
I guess if there's just any like recent incidents that haven't been reported, like that wouldn't be in the papers yet, or Bob would know because he hasn't lived on the island for a while. So like I guess we'd want to know about any recent like strangeness.
Yeah, I think it advances the plot. I'm not going to make you roll for it. There was a recent incident that you probably know about from the newspaper, but maybe you want to ask a follow-up question about. It was a young woman who came to the island from Montauk and was interested in having sort of an isolated holiday. She heard about the drowning rocks and decided to swim out to those rocks. She waved to several people on the beach. She seemed to be a good swimmer. And then the theory is that a current took her. She was pulled under and never surfaced again. Her name was Candace Fry.
I think one of the maybe the details that like wouldn't have been reported, like maybe like where she was staying, like what parts of the island like she frequented, like what restaurants was she eating at, if they even have restaurants and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
That kind of thing. Like that's the stuff we want to know, is like her whereabouts, her patterns while she was there. That wouldn't have been reported.
The only thing that you would be told without a manipulation roll is that she stayed at Siren Head Inn, which is the only inn on the island. It does not exactly do brisk business given how rare travelers are. And she ate the same place everybody else ate,
Okay.
Gus's Market. You can go there, you do some grocery shopping, you get some toiletries, but they also have a sandwich counter that you can, pick up some coffee or have a sandwich, maybe some fish and chips.
Um, I'll do a manipulation check to try and doing the whole see it all fits together and just be talking about look, I mean, this doesn't happen to every tourist. Like it's got to be more than just where she was staying. And so that's 11, 9 plus 2.
The consensus is it's not where she was staying, it's where she swam to. They're not called the Drowning Rocks for no reason.
Okay.
She swam out there. She insisted on doing it. And she swam out at dusk, which is the exact wrong time to be out at Drowning Rocks.
You said something interesting. You said insisted on doing it. She was warned not to go out there. Who warned her?
Everyone warned her.
Okay.
Certain parts of the water are not safe.
You're a good egg check.
A good egg. Rest in peace, Kimball.
Yeah.
Although he's still alive. He's still very much alive and still running Sullivan and Sons Funeral Home in Detroit. Okay. So that's just about the extent of the information available here. Let's get to Siren Head. And let's actually monster a little. So the ship is coming into dock around 6:00 p.m. The sun is riding low in the horizon, and you can see that the sunny sky is already giving way to the deeper colors of late evening. The shadows are long, and the weather has gotten a touch colder. The docks that you are approaching have 12 slots. 9 of them are filled. You float gently alongside the dock and tie up, but off in the distance, you see a woman. She is dressed, I want to say neo mall walker in terms of her style. So she has on a baseball cap with curly, puffy hair coming out from under it, khaki shorts, and a bright yellow hoodie on over what appears to be maybe a running shirt or something to that effect. She is also wearing pretty worn, damaged sneakers. She is several slots over, but close enough for you to see what she's doing. She's chucking meat into the water. And it appears as if she's talking to something.
Crazy.
Yeah, I guess I would turn to Bob and just say, do y'all have a lot of sharks here?
I mean, not so as to be a danger. I don't know what this is about.
Why would you draw on sharks? With
Yeah, I
me?
mean that lady's over there feeding, I'm assuming sharks. She's over there chumming the water.
Yeah, it's just new to me. I'll be honest. Should we ask her what she's doing? I don't know. Maybe this is an interview.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, Travis, remember you get up there first. We got to get the shots of us getting off the boat.
Oh.
And then so we'll get our gear, get our backpack, big old thumbs up to Chuck and the crew, and very magnanimous as I'm being filmed getting off the boat. And then I will go put my backpack down, and then we'll go walk over to this woman, turning to make sure that we got the camera on me, check my nav mic, and then we'll walk over to him and be like, "Hello, I see that you're chumming the waters here. Is that a usual practice here on Siren Head?"
Oh, hi, she says, turning around and offering an artificially wide smile. My name's Kimberly Rice. We've spoken over the phone. I'm here to greet your crew. You must be Obadiah Bohannon.
Oh, I am. Excellent. Yes. Well, and I'll turn to the camera and smiling. Everyone, this is Kimberly Price, our greeter and host.
It's so wonderful to meet all of you. I'm so happy to make your acquaintance. It's always nice to have new faces here on the island. We don't get as many visitors as we used to.
Kimberly, it's great to finally make your acquaintance. I do wonder, just to satisfy my curiosity, what was with the meat?
Oh, she says. Well, I thought that given that you guys are filming this documentary, you might want to see the wide variety of sea life that surrounds our little island. So I was hoping to bring in something interesting for you guys to shoot.
Oh, that's excellent. Travis, come over here. Let's get a shot of the water here.
You have suspicious minds, right?
Yes, that's true. I know if someone's lying to me.
Yes, she's lying.
Okay, I'm still gonna say that because I don't want to give it all away. Well, yeah, that I was about to say. I was looking at my connect the dots things, and I was like, "Is the person connected more than they're saying?" Well, definitely true. I don't need to spend a hold on that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna hold these for now then. Yeah, I'm gonna invite Travis over to look at the water, even though I know that's not why she's doing that, and I'll just I'll turn around and say that's I'm gonna pretend that I'm seeing evidence that isn't there, and I'll turn around and say but I mean, you do this more than just for us. I mean, I can tell you've got a little bit of staining on the edge of your sweatshirt there, so you do this a lot, right?
I'm something of a nature lover. I love interacting with wildlife. Mr. Bohannon, Travis, you said your name was. What is your last name, sir?
Oh, Miller.
Mr. Miller, excellent. I knew a Miller back in high school. Why don't you turn around and shoot this beautiful sunset? We want everybody back on the mainland to see how beautiful our little island is. Look at all the colors.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is
you know what? I think what would make
gorgeous,
the
yeah.
shot great is if we get you, Kimberly, enjoying the sunset. So I want you to turn and just look at the sunset. Your hair kind of those curls blowing in the wind a little bit are going to be just perfect on camera. And I'm totally manipulating her because I'm trying to get her to turn away. And I'm going to look at Travis and be eyes on the water with that camera, not the sunset. And so, yeah, I'm going to get her to look away from us while we just film the water because she doesn't want us to film the water right now.
Okay, so she is going to walk to the end of the dock and she is going to look at the sunset and she's going to try to strike what she thinks are television poses while looking at the sunset. But she is going to turn around and look back at Obadiah to see if he's giving her the thumbs up or how she's doing?
Sure. Having given him the instructions to Travis, I will walk up to her and sort of like get in front of her, like drawing her eyes away from the water and just kind of like coach her, give her some feedback, and just, ham it up a little bit. So Travis is free to like observe the water.
Travis, tell us a little bit about how you're getting this shot.
So I'm walking along the edge of the dock, keeping my camera to where the meat's floating, I'm guessing, in the water, seeing what wildlife might be coming up to feed on it. This isn't anything new that Obadiah's done, so I'll hit a little button on my phone that makes the little snapping photo shot noise. So that'll help him convince her that we're getting pictures of the sunset with her in it.
Okay. Obadiah, as you are shooting the water, damn it. Oh, we almost made it through the whole fucking session without me calling the person the wrong character name. Yes, Travis, as you are shooting the water, you see a sleek silhouette dark beneath the dock. Whatever it is long, sort of narrow. It is far too long to be any sort of common fish, but could potentially be a shark. But there's still something odd about the way that this creature is moving. And it's followed in short order by another one. The same long, sleek silhouette moving below the surface of the water under the dock. Travis, whatever the hell you're filming, it's hiding from you.
Travis will try to get behind some pillars or something to see if he can get a clearer shot. Did she leave any meat on the dock?
No, she has her little bucket strapped to her waist, almost like it's a fanny pack. Travis, why don't you act under pressure to see if you could get a little closer to these creatures? I want to warn you, a failure here could be a big problem for you, Travis.
Problem. That's what I do.
Let's do it.
See if I can chum the waters with myself. 7 and 1, so 8.
Okay. A choice or a price to pay? How about if you are able to get another shot by sort of leaning over the pier and angling the camera under? Does that
Sure.
make sense? So like
Yeah.
laying belly down on the dock itself and then leaning over with the camera under.
All right.
But how about if you drop something vital into the water and you either have to get into the water to retrieve it or you have to let it float away?
Being from the South, I accidentally had my gun on a concealed shoulder holster and it falls out and hits the water. Mark that off of my sheet.
Okay, so you lose your primary weapon.
Yep, my handgun.
The gun tumbles out of your shoulder holster. plunks into the water and disappears from view. But you are able to get a fleeting image of whatever it was that darted past you under the dock. It's a tail fin, but it definitely is not the tail fin of a shark. Instead, it is a deep orangish color or red. Not the sort of vibrant color that you associate with marine life in the frigid Atlantic. And it appears slick with some kind of coating. It is also long and narrow, but wide at the end. This is no fish that Travis is familiar with, and it slides silently back under the water just as Travis leans over the pier. But it was not fast enough to completely evade your camera.
Good deal. I'll say, oh shit, I slipped, and slam my hand on the dock and start standing back up. I think I saw a shark in the water. That's pretty awesome. Be great footage.
Kimberly turns around, broad smile slapped on her face. Yes, we do have a variety of sharks. You need to be very careful about filming on the docks, Mr. Miller. You slip into the water and you can be in a real spot of trouble.
I can imagine I will be careful. Thank you.
But I'm here to take you to the place where you will be residing as you're with us for the next few weeks. And
Now,
I've arranged
we hear everyone stays at the inn. Is that where you got us?
Oh no, you're staying at a private home. In fact,
Excellent.
it was Bob's family's home.
Very good. Well,
Yeah.
lead the way. We've got all our bags and equipment. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I booked a charter for all of you.
Oh,
We're going
thank
out
you.
to see the drowning rocks later tonight. That's a special treat.
Is she lying about it being a treat?
No, it's
Okay.
a treat for someone.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. So, Kimberly is going to lead you to her van, which is your standard soccer mom situation. So think deep maroon Subaru. There are there's no evidence of children, none of those little family decals on the van. You do see proud cat mom in the corner of her back windshield.
Excellent.
And there is also cat hair all over the seats of her car. I hope nobody is allergic.
Mhm.
She will escort you there and help you with your gear if need be. She will also introduce herself to Mr. Hale. Do we want to speak with Kimberly before we get to the house?
I think Kristen would just ask, so Kimberly, what, I guess what kind of animals do you supply here in this island? What meat was it that you used to lure in the sharks? Do you think you could do that again for us? For our reshoot, if we ever need it?
I'd be more than happy to help you lure in some sharks. There are all kinds of animals on the island, and a lot of the people on the island are pretty darn good hunters. We have a sustainable population of deer on the island, as well as a variety of birds. It's very exciting. And Mr. Graham, she leans close to Christian, even has a llama now.
A llama. Oh, that's adorable. So,
You've almost got a petting zoo.
yeah, really.
And then there, of course, are the rabbits. I keep and I raise rabbits.
Do they get along with your cats?
Well, the rabbits that I raise are primarily for food.
Ah. Is that what you were feeding on the? Is that what you were dumping into the dock?
They reproduce quickly. As for other sources of sustenance, well, we get most of our groceries brought in from the mainland. We don't exactly have an agricultural economy, but we do have an abundance of locally caught seafood. Fresh. I hope you like fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, the local seafood is to die for here. It really is.
I get sick of seafood. That's why I keep my rabbits.
Oh man, but I got a rabbit at home, Mr. Mittens. I can't get behind that. They're so cute.
She shrugs it off and helps the crew put their things into the van and
I'm
begins.
just kind of giving her the side eye of like she never answered my question if she was feeding rabbit off the dock.
You could always insist that she answer it, or you could point out that she didn't answer it. It was not an accident that she did not answer your question.
Sure. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. I will point out is just like, so was it rabbit that you were dumping in the water?
Well, more like table scraps.
Well, I mean, like table scraps. I mean, that was like those were like good chunks of meat, right?
Are you PETA? She says, teasing you.
No. I'm just, if we want to, like we were saying, like do the reshoots, just in order to make this as authentic and real, I need to know. It just helps to know as much as we can. So I mean, when we're, for example, narrating the scene as we were arriving on the docks there, knowing what you were putting into the water is just helpful for that. So was it rabbit?
They get tired of fish, just like we get tired of fish. So I occasionally use the rabbits as a high value treat to draw them close to land.
That is as close, I think, to an answer as I'm going to get to was it rabbit that time. And so I guess I'll have to take it.
Okay. She is going to drive to the house, but I am going to let Jay describe what his family home looked like, keeping in mind this is functionally New England.
Okay. So, I think that what you would see is a McMansion in disrepair. I think so. It's big. It's behind gates. It's it looks like it cost a lot, but no one lives there now. Its best days might be behind it. A little bit run down.
Is the power still running, or is it hooked up or anything?
Would assume probably if they're bringing us here.
Okay, I'd hope so.
When you say it's in a state of disrepair, how disrepaired are we talking here? Are we talking like the yard is overgrown and maybe it needs a new coat of paint, or are we talking like windows busted out and this place is on the verge of being condemned?
Not on the verge of being condemned, but definitely overgrown lawn. Probably some cosmetic damage on the brickwork. Maybe some graffiti on the outbuilding, on the shed or whatever it would be, that sort of thing.
Shutters hanging loose.
Yeah.
So still a functional home, but maybe its appearance could use some improvement or some
Yeah.
upgrades.
Yeah.
As you approach the house, Kimberly remarks, I don't remember the gate being open. But the gate clearly is open.
I guess I'll just say, maybe you forgot to close it when you left to pick us up.
Maybe. She narrows her eyes suspiciously as she proceeds up the long driveway. She is going to reach into her glove compartment box and withdraw a gun.
Oh,
This
are
is
the deer
escalated.
that big here?
You know how destructive vandals can be.
Oh yeah, it's just like teenagers, right? We don't have like a whole huge crime problem.
She's going to park the car and slide out of the driver's seat, taking the keys with her. Will the party exit the Subaru?
I am going to stay in the Subaru and draw my own gun and like have it stay in my lap.
Like, oh shit! Who doesn't have a gun here?
Travis just out of a gun now.
Travis
He dropped
goes,
it in the
son of a bitch. Hey, boss,
And
I
I'm gonna
dropped
turn and
my
look back
gun
at Ben.
in the water. Just letting you
I'm going to
know.
get back at Bob and be like, Bob, you did not say that your home was this dangerous.
It wasn't.
What's going on?
What I loved when I was a kid, it wasn't as dangerous. I don't know what's going on here. I don't remember people walking around with handguns. I don't.
All right, Travis, get your camera ready. If we do get something popping off here, we're going to need it on camera. We're going to need the shot.
Sure, it's not like I could do anything else.
I'll keep my eyes out for anything. Could I read a bad situation?
There we go. Roll for read a bad situation. That is the correct move to use here at this juncture.
That is a 7.
Okay. So you know the deal when you roll a 7.
Yeah.
You get one question.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
As you look around, scanning the yard, the overgrown yard, you notice that there appears to be depressed areas of grass, broken weeds, things to that effect, that suggest that someone moved through the grass around to the rear of the house.
Christian nudges Obadiah and points to the grass and starts to move and follow the tracks around the house.
Obadiah will see that. I guess look out the windshield towards where Kimberly is kind of just walking around. I'm guessing around the front of the house. And I will turn to Travis and nod and like motion for us to get out of the car. And I will get out of the car and keep making sure that my gun is like I don't want to be on camera holding a gun. So not until like I don't want to look paranoid, right? Not until it's clear that I need one. So keeping the gun held like close to the front of my body, kind of out of sight from the camera, turning, looking around at the camera, like, right away the mysteries of this island just leap out and land in our feet. Just the very place that we were going to be setting up for this documentary seems to have garnered interest from someone on the island. It seems we have an interloper, maybe an observer, a fan, or a fiend or a vandal. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. And so, camera behind me, start creeping around to the back of the building.
Could be Island Bigfoot.
Could be Island. Son of a bitch.
Island Bigfoot strikes again. Dun dun dun. Okay. So the group makes their way around to the back of the house. Kimberly is entering the front. I'm assuming Bob and Christian are also headed around back.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You enter into a mud room. Go ahead.
It's like our camera shit's gonna get stolen out of the car if you don't lock it. All right.
Okay.
Continue.
You enter into a mud room that leads into like a kitchen area and a pantry. You can see that the door is open, leading from the mud room into the kitchen area.
I have a watchman's flashlight in my this is part of my hidden weapons, because I guess I can also bludgeon people if I want to. But I'll pull out this this big watchman's lamp that sits in one of my big ass cargo pants in my Bear Grylls outfit, and I'll pull out this huge ass backlight and start shining it around, looking for danger.
You don't immediately see any danger. It does seem, though, based on the footsteps on the kitchen floor, that someone was in here recently.
Do these footsteps go in a straight line, or do they meander around like they were just in
They proceed into the kitchen, and then it seems that the person who was entering the kitchen realized they were leaving tracks and took a moment to wipe their shoes clean. And judging by the size, they are a man's shoe or boot.
Okay, I will. I want to follow them. So this be investigate a mystery?
I don't think you have to roll to walk in the same path that the footsteps walk, since you're literally just looking at something and then walking in that direction.
Sure, but they clean their boots off, kind of obscuring the trail, and so I imagine
Okay, so you want to pick it up. You want to pick it up at the point where the obvious signs terminate.
Correct.
What is the rest of the party doing? Are you following Obadiah? Are you staying at the door? What are we doing?
I think Bob definitely feels like, well, this is his home, right? So he should be not afraid of what's happening here. So I think he's going to be kind of gung ho about kind of walking through, following Obadiah.
Travis, Christian.
Following, catching the shot.
Christian is more focused on the area around him, so he's going to look about, see if there's anything left or anything being concealed or hidden.
Okay. So, are we making a roll or no?
Yeah, I guess. Investigate a mystery to see if Christian can find out where this person went when they left.
Okay. So everyone is moving away from the door. That's what I'm trying to find out. Everybody's moving into the house.
Yeah.
Okay. As you move deeper into the kitchen, you hear a squeak followed by the sound of a gun cocking from behind you.
Yeah, I'm going to turn around really quickly to see what's happening. What's going on?
There is a tall, thin man standing staring at you. He's dressed in the flannel and denim attire that characterizes much of the island's population. He levels a shotgun at Obadiah, and you can tell by the look on his face that it's been a while since he slept, or showered, or shaved. He's clearly middle-aged, and he appears out of sorts.
Hey, buddy, what do you think you're doing here? Kind of edging away from Obadiah.
So I'm guessing I turn and I can see this as well. I am going to. I'm going to keep my gun where it is, which is like up against my body, like kind of a slim profile. I'm not going to drop it, but it's like I'm not pointing it at him either. I'm just going to turn and look at him. And would it be read a bad situation to like kind of figure out like what my best options are here?
Yep, read a bad situation.
Okay, is that sharp?
Yeah.
That is 9, 7 plus 2.
You may ask one of the read a bad situation questions.
I guess what's the biggest threat? Like, yeah.
Are you sure you want to ask that question?
All right. Are there any
biggest-
dangers we
The
haven't
biggest
noticed?
threat is going to be the guy who's holding the shotgun aimed at you.
Well, I guess my question, I don't know if it was too specific, but it's like, what's the biggest threat, like in terms of my actions for getting shot? But yeah, you're right. Getting shot is the biggest threat, but I was more like, what is the most likely thing to set him off? But that was not a question listed.
I feel like the closest thing to that, to what you want to ask then, would be what's my best way out?
Sure. What's my best way out?
How do I get out of here without getting hurt? The look on this man's face tells you that he is resolved to do what he came here to do.
Okay.
Your best way out is to charge this man or somehow get the gun away from him. That is the best way that you escape this situation without getting hurt. He does not seem like he would be receptive to talking, and he does not seem as if he has not made up his mind.
Okay. Then I guess what I'll do then is I'm assuming it would be act under pressure to, is it act under pressure or kick some ass to drop down and shoot him before he shoots me?
It is act under pressure to shoot.
Okay. Then yeah, seeing that like he's gonna shoot me if I don't shoot him, I'm gonna try and get out of the way while shooting, and so act under pressure. Here we go. Cool.
Travis will make sure to get this on video, so the guy is clearly holding a gun and looking crazy.
Oh my gosh, I may have to spend a luck point because I rolled a 4. So
It's pretty
Do
bad.
you want to spend a luck point here?
yeah, I don't want to fail this roll. Well, you know what? It might be more interesting to get shot than to shoot him at this point. But
So you may spend a luck point if you want to.
I don't know. What does chat think? Should I get shot this early, or should I murder someone?
Well, chat is behind
Okay.
us, and there's only one chat currently watching, and I think
Gotcha.
it's Brian. So, Brian,
Let's see.
Is the
This is true. Well, if I roll a 12, that means you do what you set out to do. If we're doing advanced on a 12, it means you get to add something extra. So maybe I could
you don't have the advanced improvement.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend the luck, get a 12, and I'm going to shoot him before he shoots me.
Okay. So, what do we see? Tell us the cinematic scene.
Yeah, Obadiah, very much, he spends a lot of effort, right? Trying to like have this affable intellectual ruggedness, right? And then seeing this dude about to shoot him, you see the crazy eyes of Obadiah, right? Like he as fun as he is, he's clearly handled this gun, knows how to use it expertly, and just very quickly, in one quick movement, turns to give himself the slimmest profile of this guy while backing into the counter and just extending his arm and firing, just 4 shots, just real quick, semi-automatic.
Okay. So, shots interrupt the otherwise quiet sundown of this little New England island. They rip into the man wielding the shotgun, hitting him center mass. The shotgun clatters to the ground as the man doubles over in pain. Your luck special, Obadiah, is you get to pick an aspect of the current situation, and I will tell you what conspiracies it connects to.
Okay.
Which aspect of this situation would you like to connect to other conspiracies?
I would like. I've noticed that Kimberly is acting very weird, and then this guy was obviously also, resolute on a very weird, just to ambush us, people he doesn't know, and so I guess I would want to know, if whatever drove this guy to come attack us, is it connected to why Kimberly is acting weird? Does that make sense?
It seems obvious to Obadiah that Kimberly anticipated this man or someone like him being here. She remarked on the open gate, and she was not at ease after she saw the gate was open. Her first move was to take out her gun, which tells Obadiah that she anticipated violence.
Okay.
How she knew that this man was here, or someone like him would be here waiting, ready to commit violence, is unclear. But it seems very strange that somebody would be waiting to attack a documentary film crew unless they didn't want the truth getting out.
Okay. That is excellent conspiracy shit.
And the final scene that we would end on will be the man wheezing out the words, "It's all gonna happen again," as he clutches his gut and attempts to ease his own pain. We will do experience points, y'all.
Okay.
I don't like the did you do the thing. I find it redundant. So, did we save anyone from certain death or worse?
No. Well, unless we've cut ourselves.
We do not count
Kimberly.
ourselves.
Kimberly may have, if we just let her walk in there, she may have just got blown away with a shotgun.
I think Kimberly was as ready to shoot this dude as you guys were. So I don't think you saved her from certain death or worse, but I appreciate the efforts here.
Yeah, then no. I don't think we saved anybody.
No.
Neve froze up, it looks like.
On that note, it depends on what do we mean by saved. I mean, technically, Bill saved Christian.
I mean, we're saving this town from obscurity. So, I mean, we saved the whole town.
We are
We-
heroes.
Yes.
Yeah, we shot someone that could have been a danger to other people.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
who knows how many people he would have killed
As I
if we
mentioned,
didn't take him out.
As we investigate further, we notice it's not a real shotgun.
Oh my god.
It's a toy
Shut up,
shotgun.
Worst.
Yeah.
It's like a squirt gun.
No,
These are
it,
your,
when he fires
these are
it,
your welcome to,
a flag
these are
comes
your-
out saying "Welcome, documentary crew."
yeah, it's like these are your welcome tequila shots
Yeah.
from Senior Frogs. Ugh.
We got an unhappy dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog sitting. It's the first time they've ever been dog sit.
Hmm.
They'll get over it, especially once I'm away from here and got my squirt bottle. It's my secret weapon.
Yeah.
So no luck with the camera, huh, Cal?
No, with that, I'm going to need to try and figure it out over the week in my own time.
Is it an integrated laptop camera?
Yeah,
you're
it's
trying
my-
to use?
Yeah, it's my integrated one, but it's not coming up whenever I hover over cam like it usually does.
Yeah, your browser's probably blocking, is my guess.
Yeah, I'm using Chrome. I'll need to check. But
I'll
for our
message
first,
Neve. We'll see if see what's up.
Yeah, you want my experience? I need another gun. I'm hoping I can
Yeah,
get the
geez.
shotgun. I'm unarmed. I'm not going to be kicking any ass.
I mean, I do have a holdout pistol that I might, lend.
In a desperate situation.
Right.
day one, and we're already menaces to this society that we've just arrived in.
Within an hour of arriving on the island, we're killing locals.
I know this is gonna go great for our street cred,
Yeah, we
They're
know how to
gonna
win over people,
right?
influencing people and making friends.
She may have just lost her internet because she's showing offline on Discord too.
Oh shit.
I think she's always offline on Discord. I think she remains invisible, so She
Oh,
doesn't get
right.
constantly barraged with chat.
That's fair.
I'd do the same if I was popular and people wanted to talk to me.
Mhm.
It's too bad we can't stop the recording to get it to upload, can we?
Right. I think only she can. I think.
Well, we got another mystery to solve, gang.
Yeah.
Yeah. So future planning. So I have an ability with my Snoop. Or what is that my class? Yeah, the Snoop. That's we'll fix it in post,
Mhm.
and that's where anything I record as evidence I can investigate a mystery on after the fact. So I can use that with the footage from the dog. We might be able to role play that where y'all can help, or we can do it together. I don't know if Monster of the Week has like a group role effort or something like that, other than help out for +1s.
I have a help ability. Basically, if you ask for my advice on anything, you can get a +1 to that roll.
Oh, nice.
Hmm. Yeah, her router's rebooting.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. So like, so I guess Bob met Travis for the first time on this boat. Okay, I'm gonna read what Neve writes. But yeah, I guess we should we know that Bob and Obadiah know each other already. I'm gonna my vision of this is that we all are students at this we all went to the same film school, and Bob and Obadiah recruited Travis and Christian, who are much younger students, right? But we're alumni,
That works.
right? That would make sense for why we don't know each other super well.
Yeah. And with the documentary, you'll have multiple perspectives in it, so I'll probably end up filming all three of you at some point.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yes.
You're back.
Wow. Hi.
Hello, everybody. Mo tripped the breakers. A fun feature of our lovely apartment is that if you use the microwave and the air conditioner at the same time, we lose all power.
That's
Wow.
an excellent
So
design.
Mo used the microwave, but they did not turn off the air conditioner, which in all fairness is kind of hard to remember.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't see
the
a
power
red
went
recording
out,
light
including
on
the
yours.
modem. I don't hear Warren.
I don't see a red recording light on yours.
No, but
Huh?
she is on YouTube,
Okay.
so we don't see the record light on your picture.
Okay.
But we did figure we can't stop recording.
Yes. I don't think you can. It says it's 35% uploading right now, which I don't know how that's going to go. But yes, it is yet another complication in this cursed first episode of the City of Sirens.
Mhm.
That's
think it
got to
went
be
pretty
worth
well.
that's got to be worth an experience point.
Did we learn anything new and important about the world?
Yeah, I mean, I think we know that there's weird fish
Oh,
that
yeah.
we can't explain, right?
Not
we
just
learned
that, there's the lady who swam out to the drowning rocks, even though people told her not to, and she said she needed to.
Yeah, and we learned that Kimberly is super sus.
Really?
And we also learned that there's a lot of bunnies and animals on the island.
We heard about Mark disappearing on Mammoth Lake, so it's a place of interest, and that he's still got family
Did
here.
we learn anything new and important about the hunters? Yes, we did. We met the hunters for the first time, and we apparently learned stuff we've never even heard about Jay's character before, because Jay literally came up with it today.
Yes. Yay. I'm
It's
smart.
called it's improv.
I am smartest boy.
So is that
It's
one
true.
experience point?
That's 2 boxes of experience points.
Okay.
Make sure that you guys are marking experience every time a roll fails.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody level up today? Okay. Well, to be continued on the next episode of the City of Sirens. I am going to go run a different game now, y'all, and hopefully next week is less cursed.
Yeah. All right.
This was pretty cursed.
We're still
right.
recording. Do we need to wait until that finishes?
We do need to wait until that finishes.
So do you stop the recording?
Yes, I stopped the recording, and I also have to end the stream, which I am about to do now. Thank those of you who hung out with us. It was nice seeing you all. Chat had great ideas, and we hope to see you next week for a hopefully less cursed live stream. Good night, you guys. See you later.
Bye.